Hi, I'm Beppe DeMarco, and welcome back to Grand Prix World. It's Tyrrell time once again. We are here for round 9 and 10 of the 2005 season with a healthy amount of money poking from our pockets. Uh, we are pretty much set up for next year now. I mean, there's really very little for us to do at this point. We can finish out the technology tree here, but that's probably going to be reset to some degree. We've got one last upgrade package to squeeze out. I mean, there's yeah, there's not a lot really for us to worry about. I'm not sure if this makes the most compelling viewing, but let's dive in. So, currently, just before I started recording, I spent some advantage cards on the sponsors we're negotiating with to try and get some bonuses and guarantees, but we've pretty much unlocked all the bonuses. We're just waiting for guarantees now, and we've got 6-7 rounds in which to do that. So I think that's pretty much a safe bet. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're just waiting for a guarantee from HSBC that they won't cut our money. PlayStation has got 2 advantage cards pending that I've already played, and Korean Air, we even have the guarantee there. So, yeah, waiting for a guarantee from Shell, but everything else. Oh, and a guarantee from Mugen Honda would be good since it's a 2-season deal. But again, I'm not going to break my balls over it. I'm going to take Shell to the next Grand Prix, I think. Let's do some testing, shall we? Yeah, that's fine. That too is fine. And we are on now to our very last tyre upgrade of the season. New set of hard tyres. Let's see if we've achieved anything. Oh, we can try and homologate a traction control system, but of course it doesn't work. We might be able to get it next season, but the chances of this season, absolutely minimal. Right, let's repair and go racing, shall we? Let's clean that up. I'm not sure how well we're necessarily going to do here. I mean, our qualifying form has been, let's charitably call it iffy. And we don't have the most powerful car. We have the best designed chassis and aero. I think that's safe to say. But we are not doing quite so sexy on the power front. To the point, actually, I'm going to put more speed on Dario Loretti's car to see if we can't help him close the deficit to his teammate. Right, we have another set of wet weather tyres, perfectly timed given that we're going to be in Britain. Still no new power unit from Honda. That's very, very annoying. That's the area that really isn't pulling its weight, but we kind of expected that given we can't get a work steal from them. Okay, perfect. The new wet weather tyres have arrived just in time. We've got a very, very strong wind, very strong rain. So basically stormy conditions, still 19 degrees, so that's kind of warm, so you would expect this is basically a thunderstorm. The car now great in the wet. We now have quite a lot of downforce on the car. The aero looks really great. We've got like an 86% score, I think, which is super high. And we've got the new wet weather tyres, so Loretti's going to struggle. He just does in the wet, but let's see what we can achieve with Nakano. Still can't get pole position. Alexander Wurz beats us by basically 7/10 of a second. That's somewhat concerning. Rubens Barrichello, though, very, very strong qualifying for him in the Sauber, 1:37.602, ahead of Olivier Panis in the Arrows, continuing his strong run of form. Loretti only good enough for P13. and that's a massive deficit to his teammate. Obviously, Loretti's on his way out of the team. His 10 million euro dollars not enough to keep him in the team. Toru Takagi and Laurent Redon in the Ferrari and the Stewart, respectively, failing to qualify. Not a good day at the office, particularly for Takagi, because his teammate sticks at P9 in a recovering Ferrari. So, okay, 24 degrees, cloudy with a strong wind for the race. That means we're back on the dry compounds. We'll be bringing Nakano in lap 30. You know the drill. And we will continue to two-stop Loretti on the softs. Both drivers failed to finish. Both cases, a clutch problem. That's bad news. Ralf Schumacher, though, makes it a Jordan 1-2. Incredible finish for them. Johnny Newhouse, obviously second. David Coulthard puts his arrows P3. Wurz P4 for Williams. So both Williams and both Jordans in the points. That's going to hurt a little bit. Loretti now lagging 30 points behind his teammate. Really, really not good. And the gap now has fallen to 11 points between us and Jordan. But Jordan now opening up quite a big gap to Williams. It's been so close all season, but a 1-2, I mean, that's pretty heavy going. Right, let's see if we've got any guarantees. Come on, sign the thing. You know you want to sign the thing. Signing things is fun. I'm going to move some of these staff over to our engine supplier because I really want a guarantee from them. Not that it's that much money, I just, I don't want to be fucked about. Okay, we've got damage to solve, we know that much. Let's see what's going on. Winfields, or Winfried, are going to be the team sponsor for Ferrari. Jordan have signed a works deal with Mercedes-Benz. That's pretty big news. Yeah, very strong rain in the last Grand Prix qualifying. That ruined the session. John Fellows signs with McLaren. Some sponsors have been concluded. But at France, something interesting happened that we didn't see on the last video. Arrows works deal with Ferrari, and McLaren returning to Mercedes-Benz Power with a works contract. So be interesting, particularly Arrows, who have been very resurgent this year. If they can retain the drivers that are delivering the results, I think they could be the team that we really have to worry about next year. It seems to me that Jordan are kind of overextending themselves a little bit, but we shall see. Right, I'm going to see if one of these test drivers is interested in joining us. Is there anyone particularly interesting? We might as well keep Carl Eisen then. Oh, maybe not. He talked himself out of that job pretty easily. Doesn't he look like a budget supermarket discount Nico Hulkenberg? I kind of like that. It's test o'clock. First of all, let's get the upgrade into the wind tunnel. Clutch performance, because why not? And we'll get that upgrade on the car immediately. So this means for round 11 we are going to have a new spec of our car. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get us back where we want to be in qualifying, because I think what we're seeing now is a manifestation of Loretti being inexperienced and the power unit being somewhat anemic. I don't like as well how many reliability problems we're having, especially given the bits that we manufacture are at our current maximum for reliability. Hopefully the factory upgrade will help us improve so that what was 4 out of 4 or 5 out of 5 for us becomes less, and we have a new higher target to hit. Okay, so we're off to the old A1 ring. I've just wasted a bunch of spare parts, but who cares? We've got money to burn. Now the A1 ring at this point, and like the early 2000s, one of my favourite tracks of all time. Absolutely loved the A1 ring. However, I can't say I complain too much about the new incarnation, the Red Bull ring. Still, a bit of an odd track. It's kind of like a go-karty sort of circuit, isn't it? And while I kind of like that, I'm not entirely sure what it's going to mean for our cars. I'll try and follow the engineers a little bit here. Nakano is... There we go. He wasn't being fairly treated. We don't want to get any complaints. And he gets a new set of tyres. Good on him. Oh, we have a new power unit spec. Lower on power. So it's good on fuel consumption and it's light, so that's something. I can't say it's the best at dealing with heat, but it's not bad. But yeah, reliability and power are not great, but we can do some engine testing and take some of these points and put them into power and reliability and maybe get something a little bit sexier than what we've got. In the meantime, off we go. 22 degrees and dry for qualifying in Austria. Fun times. The cars are worn, but it's not fun if we don't challenge ourselves. Shinji Nakano P2, Dario Loretti P10. Coulthard sticking the arrows on pole position once again. Ralf Schumacher, another strong qualifying for him in P3. Panis at arrows P4. So arrows again looking really good in qualifying trim. 22 degrees and dry for the race, and what we want is lap 36 and lap 35, and hopefully the wear on these cars is not going to be too big of a problem. I guess we'll find out. Well, at least someone finished. Oh good, finally both cars on the podium where they belong. Little disappointed it wasn't a 1-2, but Nakano finally brings it home. P1, 128.57889, ahead of Ralf Schumacher's Jordan. Again, another strong performance from him. Both arrows managed to hold on to stay in the points, and Esteban Tuero, good finish for him in the Benetton. I think that's his best finish of the season in P4. Loretti obviously rounding out the podium. I don't think that's going to be enough to really bring him back into contentions for the drivers, but it's points on the board for us. Yeah, we're now, again, pretty well clear of Alexander Wurz with Shinji Nakano there. In the Constructors, opening out that gap to Jordan again a little bit more. Still very tight in the fight for P3. Benetton now breaking away from those tail enders. Jordan is still potentially a threat, but if we can just finish races, I think we're in a decent position. Turning a healthy profit as well, which makes me less worried about the potential costs to us next season of losing one of our pay drivers. We have a guarantee from Mugen Honda now, from PlayStation, from Korean Air, and from HSBC. So what do you do at this point? And we very rarely get to this point. What we do now is fun stuff. So we're going to license some merchandise. That's what we're going to do. And you do that here. So this is the demand, and whatever we negotiate now is only money for this year. But there are fan club, you can create a fan club, team clothes. I don't even know what that is, because that's sort of, it's short for something. I mean, veröffentlich, it's kind of like open. I guess it means like various things. Video games, watches, and cars. So we could make a Tyrrell branded car. How cool would that be? Problem is, it takes quite a while to negotiate it. I tell you what, that can be our goal. We'll make a Tyrrell branded road car before the end of this playthrough, just to say that we have. Actually, do you know what? Let's try it now. I honestly don't think we'll pull it off, but it would be fun to try. And we're paying the staff anyway, so we might as well do something. I would genuinely love a Tyrrell road car. That would have been so cool. Anyway, never mind. Right, we have stuff to do. We have a new upgrade package to build onto our car, so that should hopefully help performance. We've got some new technology, that's good. And now I'm going to focus on trying to break our duck with driver aids. I don't think it's really going to work, but you never do know. Active suspension is the one I really want, but traction control should be one of the easier ones to obtain. Testing. We really don't need to do that much testing anymore. I mean, we just don't. 150 miles, I think, is plenty. That's 50 miles per driver. And we will just bump up everything. And hopefully that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. We've got some tyre development points to spend. Where did those come from? I mean, we've got no use for them. Let's max out the softs. I mean, it wastes... it wastes the points, but we've literally got no use for them, so no point worrying. I'm not even going to bother with engine testing, because by the time we get the engine, it's going to be the end of the season, and it's going to have maybe one extra point of reliability or power, and that's really not going to make a difference. Let's try again for active suspension. We're going to put our entire design team onto it and see if we can't crack it. Okay, let's get the wear off these cars, get them new showroom condition, factory fresh, and see if we can't deliver some more podium results. I mean, really, we've been dominant enough that I think we have both championships in the bag again. It's getting a little bit closer, but it's hardly like I'm sweating buckets, to be honest. And if we didn't have a partner engine deal, we'd be walking away with this, almost certainly. On we go. Meant to do the race setup. Come on, Zero, you're better than this. It's because I've been working in home office all day and my brain is full of XML and product data issues and things like that. Okay, that's all good. Okay, very dry, strong wind, 28 degrees, so a bit of a toasty day in Germany. It's a soft tyre track, that much we do know. Ralf Schumacher, again, very strong qualifying for Jordan, 1:41.813. He beats out Dario Loretti, 1:41.954. Olivier Panis, again, another strong qualifying for the Arrows there. Coulthard, though, seems to be running the hard compound tyre as well, because his deficit to his teammate is exactly the same as Nakano's to Loretti. So we know Arrows are running a split strategy, I would guess. The other teams seem a bit more balanced. Jordan, of course, same thing. In fact, the top 3 cars are separated from their teammates by exactly 10 positions, so we know the cost here of running the hard tyre. Yeah, everything's looking good. And lap 23 will be pit stop time for our little Japanese friend here. Okay, let's dance. It's another win, at least. Dario Loretti finally picks up a win. A 1:22.01.787, 19 seconds clear of Ralf Schumacher's Jordan. A strong finish for the Arrows, taking P3 with Panis and P4 with Coulthard. Both Jordans getting to the point. Shinji Nakano just misses out on the final points. Well, I say just. He's a good 20 seconds or so down the road, but still, not a bad recovery from P12, and at least both cars finished. Nakano still leads the Drivers' Championship, although his gap has fallen. Loretti's back in contention for P2. I mean, he's not going to challenge for the championship now, but he is in contention for P2 at least, so maybe we shouldn't be so rude to him and his little beard. In the Constructors, we are 22 points clear of Jordan as some paper throws itself to its death from the side of my desk. Jordan seemed to be running away now with P2, and Arrows opening up a slight gap to Williams. Benetton also pulling clear of Sauber, Ferrari and McLaren. Well, isn't that a joy and a delight? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please have the best day you possibly can, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.